Hey all, this is a concept, an original, all modern, all new, all original concept share explaining a creation that we came up with that's wonderful. And it's so simple, it's easy to explain, and I'm going to take time with it. It's just cell phones that people have, to me, are too much. They're not worth it. They're not worth your time. And the pop-ups and the taking too much from people in the community. Anyway, what I'm going to do is show you the designs and creations and the sizes. And the last thing I came up with was your standard cell phones are mostly rectangular, right? Well, the stands and the props, to me, are where you want to put more money in protecting the device and leaving it set and rest somewhere and charging points. And I call them central command stations, right? And it's like, that's your, it can be a feeling. Take care of cell phones better than people, equally or not as much, whatever's right for you. But this last creative intuition that came for me to explain simply is that the cell phone's a rectangle, right, like this, but if you have a curve in it, like say the top of the batteries come down to the IVER, right, that's your size of the cell phone. Now if it's created with a curve in on both sides, when you can grip it, like I used to catch crayfish, right? You have to come up behind them really to catch a crayfish, right? So that's just a sharing. And this is an example, and we're showing a sample of cell phones that can be designed for easier usage and access, because it's like you guys are behind time because you're being ignorant. And it's a simple, like, how to say it right, it's a simple block and square. And I'm like, why don't you progress and make circular cell phones and pyramid and diamond shaped cell phones and even question mark cell phones, right? But the colors is what I'm emphasizing now is, at this point of sharing, is more like, you can see this squirrel painting that I'm working on, right? And I kind of used to explain that in this other one, right? The colors are good so you don't lose it and you're happier. It's called choosing, not losing, right? And I recommend an LED and a GPS on your phone, right? Because that's something that you paid for. Now, I'm not going to say this till the end, what I was about to. Okay, so there's going to be no complaints. But anyway, like this, okay, we use this part of the tree trunk right here in the squirrel to explain a, a wise new cell phone with a soft cushion and protective case, so you can carry it and you probably won't lose it. You're going to put it away and tuck it in your travel mode. Like, really, it's that simple. And if you retard yourself, it works. Like, okay, if I move from here and go ranging, I move from one point to another, I need to put the cell phone in something safe and protected, okay? So the last idea I came up with would be the cutaway in the phone really towards the middle. That way when you lift it up, it doesn't drop, because I feel like it's just the same. The cell phones are hard to handle, right? I'm just saying that. But you can put cords, like, it works to me to put cables and little cords on them, and that way you don't lose them and forget them. Right now we're going to the main share. the US Nelson audio conversation recorder, because I want something so simple. Like I'm recording right now, the audio's went to 536 right now. So what I want is something so simple that in memory, now here I'm giving this away. When you play, your good ideas come. So when you have a good idea, what do? You want to run, you want to get it down and record it, right? Now, the only thing that defeats memory loss is prayer and walking backwards and more prayer, right? So the reason I said conversation recorder is because when you share, you're sharing. What I'm saying is accountability. I'm sharing for a reason, and in a meaningful conversation that's worth being recorded, there's really no cell phone that you tap a button and you're recording the actual conversation. What's the point? So that's why I came up with this. You can call it the US Nelson audio conversation recorder, right? And it's so simple that it needs to go out and sell. And I've already used it, like prototypes. There's no point in showing you two phones. Like, okay, here I'm talking to my meaningful conversation. Boom, right here, right? So I have this recording, and you can hear the recording of us talking, and it says, hey, you know what? I'm going to the dollar store. Boom. You got it recorded. Now, this is pushing it too far, but you wake up in the morning, you got your to-do list right here, and you just mark it off and check and go, okay, that's it. That's number one. Check. That's done. And this is something that I'm going to add because it's right for me. First, I'm going to make sense as well as possible. The US Nelson audio conversation recorder. I came up with it because I need it, and that's it. And also, the US Nelson recorder. So simple, it just has to do with your lights and colors, not noises. Because you can make the noises and create them. You're an instrument. That's what we do, right? But you can have your device that makes noises all the time, so you always know where it is, or part-time, like an alarm sets off your favorite song, or something even annoying like an alarm, right? Now, horns, say you learned recently that all vehicle horns are two horns, and you Google it, and you're made to find out they're in the key of C, and all these other things. But research is worthy, ladies and gentlemen, and there's some things at the end I can add, so that goes sharing, expressing extensively the intuition, the creativity. Where does it come from? It comes from inside out. It comes from situational awareness and surroundings. It comes from experiences from the past, and that's it, and can be the present and future. So the reason why I'm gonna let you take a break for a second and do what you need to do, right? So that's the way I look at where I'm at. Is I have to be in a hurry to get my now right and the future right, and blow away the bad thoughts and feelings about anxiety, right? So how to defeat anxiety and depression: stay in the right now and continually blow your past away, and what's negative, don't entertain it, right? And to add, how about this? When the negativity comes, flip the script. Like, go, the truth with me, what happened is I don't want to be here. I don't want to stand up. I don't want to do this at all. I want to go to sleep. Okay? So I flipped the negativity, and I got up and practiced some guitar. That's right. And do some writing, right? So here's a joke you can use. Don't let resentments run too deep. And don't stay too long on your negativity, right? Now that's all the way up to other people. Do you want to visit it? Do you want to touch it? The colors. That's why I'm ruling everything negative out and just bringing you into the light, and everything will be bright, and today's gonna be all right, and we'll make it. So I can say some words, which I'm gonna do at the end of the share. The share primarily going to cell phone companies to sell creativity, to sell a creative concept, to sell ideas. And the colors, like I said, to me has always been very important, because wouldn't you want something with your favorite color, right? Wouldn't you like something that's radiant, right? Can be fluorescent, glow in the dark's a great idea. They don't have those. Why? How come there's no glow in the dark cell phones? And before I had got less ego, less pride, and with no ego, about to share the T-Mobile. Look, just put the U.S. Nelson phone out with a cross in it, right? And it can sell, because that happens, right? So health is what I can preach in a second, right? And when you go through drive-thrus, make sure you check and get everything, right? Like we're going to health number one right away. Take care of yourself. Read your Bible. Gather in His name. Praise God. Praise your higher power. Praise the Savior and Lord. And pray, right? So the simple thing about the audio conversation recorder is it only needs to have a couple buttons and be colorful and have LEDs. That's right. I feel like it does. But maybe it doesn't. Product development companies, they're going to decide, do you want do you want a meaningful conversation recorder that's custom? Do you want a menial conversation recorder that's funny? Just a standard conversation recorder, right? So back to the U.S. Nelson, it's pretty simple, but it takes years to get to points like where I'm at, right? After I got out of the military, we used communication devices, and it was very hard and very complicated, and I had to do it. And after I got out, we didn't have cell phones through my military stint. After I got out, they had cell phones. I didn't want to have anything to do with them, so I went back and worked with one of my high school better friends who sold the regional sales plans in the, say, 90s. They had cell phone companies that would sell, like we're in the South right now, so we would pay for the plan to be able to call in that region. So you research in Google cell phone history, it's worth it. You're going to learn something, right? But I feel like, and I know I'm right. I feel like I've always been right, and it's not, doesn't feel well within about knowing people with money are in control, and all they do is get worse. Once they got the money, they're not gonna create. They're not gonna, like the T-Mobile colors. I'm like, pink and black. What is wrong with you? You know, and racist and all that. Too much money. Just, I'm not gonna put Guitar Center in this one, but anyway, I'm keeping it simple as I could. It's just a matter of the buttons where you want them in a simple design. Like what is something you like? Like I would like a oval cell phone, like soap, right? Like that, right? Because it feels right and we're used to it. Now here's balsamic aged vinegar for the health, preaching and speeching, right? Okay, so take care of yourself and your cell phone. And these are for product development. I recommend this Vietnamese coffee because it already has cream and sugar in it, right? And you can get that at places. And then we all know who's one of the greatest rock and roll bands of all times, right? And the words for the song that I'm writing, I do need to share for the one out there, because that's a part of it. When I get a great lyric, God, it's come so quick and left. I didn't get to write them, and I'm still upset. So, you know, I recommend you have pens, pencils, and pens, and markers, and pads, and paper, and art boards, and recorders, all that all around you, right? I recommend it because you never know. So, the lyrics where I'm at right now, I got a great song called We Wrote. We wrote a song our whole world can sing along, because singing rock and roll is never ever wrong. And then another verse is singing songs is never wrong. We wrote a song for the whole world to sing along, and in our song, a whole world can belong. And then it goes, wake the morning, get out of bed, because it's what God said. I lean into the blue and green, and that's, see, I've already forgotten some of them, so that's why I need this recorder just to play the live version for you. And then one person could help and go, okay, try the word, I wake up in the morning, get out of bed, I get up and go out and do something and stop seeing red. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. We wrote a song the world can sing along, because singing songs ain't never wrong. And then then this was another verse was, everything's gonna be great, we're all gonna make it to noon, because Jesus comes soon. And then there's another verse that goes simple into like, it's gonna be a great day, we're gonna make it through another great day, all day and all night, we're all gonna make it, because everything's going to be, because everything's all right. We wrote a song the whole world can sing along, and in our song the whole world can belong. And then that's pretty much it. I had written great verses, and guess what, just like you, slipped away. Time keeps on slipping, and memory does too, right? So the song, there's another great one I'm writing. I'm going to go ahead and go over the words before we end it right here, but I just kept it really simple. Now, to me, that's just the one major billion-dollar idea. The second one is unbelievable. A remote control like this. Like, I envision it, you have a laying down areas in your room. It could be a circular room. And this is a platform area where your cell phones are remote controlled that pick up and lift and fly around the room to you, right? And then that's it. And then the cell phone comes back down to its central command station. But I know it's worth billions, trillions. I know it. But the phone companies, Lord, there's a problem with that. So we're going to wrap it up here with a live recording of the great chords that I've had to go over. And anybody else would have already sued the phone company for millions because of what happened to me. I've really been in wrecks, and they're making me pay for everything when I've already paid insurance, and it's just not fair, it's not right, and what's wrong is all wrong, right? So the worldwide sing-along songs, just really easy. Now this, that's the international telephone, because this A is an international ring in the key of A, right? We know that. So I've known that. Thanks for being with me in another Jingle commercial that just might set one free. Now this lick right here. what we just made up today for all you and all the phone companies. That's what we want, right? Money. And it's not a joke with but I recommend doing it for real in the key A. Thanks for being with me on this journey. On this journey through cell phone land. Don't you make the world understand that we got a creative plan, and more importantly, we got a rock and roll band. So the greatest song I was recording, I let it go. I just studied other people. I came up with a great classical, but so this chord is one that's taken me this many years just to get to, right? And that's just the way it was and is. So there's a lot I can play. Thank you for being with me. It's a joke. So you can say it's a lie, yeah, the song, but that's life. You know, I'm having to thank you for being with me, and you're not, because that's it. So to write this song alone has been a very hard thing, a rocky road, and I'm not gonna lie, but a commercial for phone companies would be like that. Jingle commercial for a phone company. We don't want to do for free, because we got a rock and roll band, because we're Indian and it's our land. Yeah, we wrote a song, our whole world sing along, 'cause singing rock and roll ain't never, ever, ever wrong. We wrote a song, our whole world can sing along, 'cause singing rock and roll and playing songs ain't never wrong. Wake the morning, get out of bed, get out of bed, because it's what we got that's that great song. And I'm going to wrap it up with one or two more because I need another recorder because I forgot the great lyrics from right here to where we went to share the concept, right?